Hello students, in this video we shall discuss about development of resources. As we all know that resources are very important for human survival. If we want to maintain the quality of life, we need resources. Initially, it was believed that resources are free gifts of nature. As a result, we use them indiscriminately, and this has led to many problems such as depletion of resources and accumulation of resources in few hands, which in turn has divided the society into two categories: haves and have-nots, in other words, rich and poor. This indiscriminate exploitation of resources has led to so many global crises such as global warming, depletion of ozone layer, environmental pollution, and land degradation. So it is very essential that distribution of resources should be equal so that we can sustain quality of life and global peace. If the present trend of resource depletion by a few individuals and countries continues, then the future of our planet is in danger. Therefore, resource planning is essential for sustainable existence of all forms of life. Then question arises, what do you mean by sustainable development? It means development should take place without damaging the environment, and development in the present should not compromise with the needs of future generations. In June 1992, more than 100 heads of states met in Brazil for the first International Earth Summit. This summit was called for addressing urgent problems of environmental protection and socio-economic development at the global level. All the assembled leaders signed the Declaration on Global Climatic Change and Biological Diversity. The Rio Convention endorsed the Global Forest Principles and adopted Agenda 21 for achieving sustainable development in the 21st century. And then, what is Agenda 21? It is the declaration signed by world leaders in 1992 at the United Nations Conference on Environment and Development. It was held in Brazil. It aims at achieving global sustainable development. It is an agenda to combat environmental damage, poverty, disease through global cooperation on common interests, mutual needs, and shared responsibilities. Resource planning. Planning is the widely accepted strategy for judicious use of resources. It has importance in a country like India, which has enormous diversity in the availability of resources. We are having some areas which are rich in certain types of resources but are deficient in other resources. Further, there are some areas which can be considered self-sufficient in terms of resources, and there are some areas which have acute shortage of some vital resources. For example, the state of Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh are rich in minerals and coal deposits. Arunachal Pradesh has abundance of water resources but lacks in infrastructural development. This calls for balanced resource planning at the national, state, regional and local levels. Resource planning in India. Resource planning is a complex process which involves number 1, identification and inventory of resources. Number 2, evolving a planning structure. Number 3, matching the resource development plans with overall national development plans.